Good morning, McGraw. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
It's official. Donald Trump wins the Electoral College vote. Yesterday, I think that was much to do about nothing and a lot of crying and screaming after the barn door was. Can I mix more metaphors in one sentence? But
well, I will say the Clinton campaign and Hillary Clinton must be just kicking themselves for campaigning way too hard in California and New York because they did so darn well there. So much so that they won the popular vote by quite a bit. But with all due respect to those two great states, clearly it's exactly why we have the Electoral College, because there are 48 other states that are as equally as important, and you don't get the presidency just for having a big showing in the two biggest states in the country.
I agree, and the hypocrisy of the people who were trying to somehow change the electors' minds, or the Martin Sheens of the world who implored these electors to, change their mind. I mean, it's just pure hypocrisy, because if it were the other way, where she had won the Electoral College and Trump had won the popular vote, they wouldn't have been doing that same thing.
Yeah, I'm actually personally lobbying the Trump administration already, saying that making America great again starts with the Martin Sheen tax reform law, which is huge tax breaks and incentives to Martin Sheen, Michael Moore, and others to live in France somewhere. It is just absurd to be witnessing all of this. I mean, now granted, I'll give them one thing. Would Republicans, and particularly a lot of these Trump supporters around the country, be just, not knowing what to do with themselves if Hillary had won? Probably. And, maybe they would have taken it to certain levels. Who knows? But so maybe, I guess from that standpoint, maybe we're just supposed to let them kind of blow off some steam. But some of the ways that some of them are going about it, I just think is kind of sad and embarrassing, and shows kind of a weakness of some of those on the left. And it's you can't have democracy both ways, I guess, is what it comes down to. And I think some of the people in this country want to have it both ways.
Trey, let's talk about the intelligence community and the CIA and the FBI. You have Donald Trump gloating about the fact that he will not sit down for his daily briefings, and then outwardly being hostile to his intelligence community, which is there to help him and support him. How worried should we be going forward?
No, I don't know if we should be that worried, because I think one thing we have to acknowledge and recognize is that this is going to be a very different presidency than anything we were ever used to, for a lot of reasons. But certainly, first and foremost, because this president, almost like something out of a movie or Saturday Night Live skit or whatever you want to, analogy you want to use, is going to say and do whatever he wants. And he's not going to follow certain presidential protocols from a communications standpoint. Clearly, we don't know how that's, how his Twitter account is going to be handled when he's actually in the White House. But I mean, if there was ever a time where it would be subdued, you would think it'd be now, because he's supposed to be in this humbling period. Clearly, we have not seen that. So I think we have to acknowledge that and just be prepared that we're going to see more of these. As it relates to his relationship with the intelligence community, sure, would I have advised him to do that? Would others? I don't think so. I mean, these are people in the intelligence community that, frankly, he's assuming are political people, and a majority of them are not. These are career servicemen and women, like many in the military, that, sure, do they vote personally and have personal political views? Yes, but they kind of put job before they do any of their personal ideology. So you have to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt that they're giving analysis and intelligence assessments that they think are valid. But it's not going to change anything. I mean, he's going to get there, and he's going to find a way to fix the situation, fix the relationship. There's consequences and implications for everything that he says, and sometimes significant ones, but he always finds a way to kind of fix it and move forward.
But it's just, you have a president of the United States that is skipping daily intelligence briefings and is sort of delegating it to other people. That's one of the few things he's supposed to be doing, is being in the room to get context, so that, God forbid, when something rises down the future, he's well informed on what's going on.
McGraw, I think you and I both, well, I'll speak for myself and many others, probably are glad he's delegating a lot to other people, because if it was him doing it, and maybe him ultimately with his finger on the button, I think it would scare the you-know-what out of a lot of us, and clearly did scare a lot of people during the election. He's going to take a very business-like approach to his role as the president. It's clear. He's going to be a CEO that puts a lot of people around him that know a lot more about these things than he does, and he's going to count on them and clearly choose not to micromanage them. People assume that he's micromanaging when he makes comments like via Twitter or responds in a way that just people find, surprising and outrageous. That's not him micromanaging. That's just him being Donald Trump. I think, I'm not defending him not getting the briefings, but again, I just think we're going to continue to beat our head against the wall if we continue to think he's going to be like any other president we've had. Now, his administration is either going to be successful, very successful, I think, or it's going to fail miserably. I think it's going to be one or the other. There's not really going to be any in between. He seems to be. It's kind of a risky approach to the presidency, but clearly people were willing to take that flyer and are ready for that now. So we'll see what happens.
Trey Hardin, I won't talk to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and yours. Thanks for your help in 2016. Look forward to next year.
We'll always look forward to it. Happy holidays to you both. Take care.
You got it. Trey Hardin, ABC News, political analyst. Reading the tea leaves for us.
Yeah.
627. There's my